going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome for the first time if it's your first time here. We are racing in Monza, and we had a pretty decent qualifying session, qualified P3. And I'm very excited about this race. This was one that really tested the skill set here. Coming through the first chicane here, obviously turn one, the chicane is where everybody bunches up, and if you race online and you race in ACC and you race in Monza, you know that that first chicane is where everybody takes each other out. So you survive that first chicane on lap one, chances are you're going to have a pretty good race, or even might have a good result. Coming through the second chicane here, you can see Oliveira just too late on the brakes, ran a little hot into the turn, and just like that, we inherited P1. But it was easy come, easy go. Next chicane, I did the exact same thing. Carried way too much speed, and we were left to do donuts in the sand. And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was very frustrated. It's hard when you're in P1 and you crash out and you're seeing everybody go through, and at this point you're thinking, is it even worth coming back? But we rejoined in P9, and I figured we might as well finish the race and see if we can salvage anything back. On the next lap, coming through the pit lane area, somebody jolted into the pits and we were up a position. I wasn't expecting to come back from P9. I thought we were going to finish in P9. And at this point, I felt like the tires still weren't sticking as much as I wanted them to stick. We're still getting a lot of wheel spin through the corners, not able to get on the throttle as fast as I wanted. You got to be very careful. I felt the wheels were starting to lock up still. And now we're rounding out the last turn here right before we get to the start-finish line. And I can feel that the tires are staking a little bit more. I can get on the throttle a little bit earlier and not worry so much about the wheels spinning up. And going into the turn one, you know, we were late on the brakes. And coming into the second chicane here, we were fortunate enough that somebody crashed and they decided to abandon the race, and we inherited P7. So at this point, I'm thinking things are getting a little bit better. I might be able to pick maybe one more position here, and our momentum kept rolling. And at this point, I can see P6 up there. They're up ahead. But again, somebody crashed out at the next chicane and decided to abandon the race. So we inherited P6. So we started really, we should have been chasing P6, as now we're chasing P5. And we get really good drive now that the tires are sticking out of that last turn, and we almost got squeezed out there to try to box us out, but I just held the line, and just like that, we were up to P5. So we're up 4 positions from the original spin out. A little bit further down the road here, now I'm thinking we caught all the way up to P5. I can maybe finish 4th in this race and salvage a little bit of my dignity left, and only lose 1 spot from the line. And then we're rounding the last parabolica here, and he puts it in the wall. And just like that, we're in P4. Now I'm thinking maybe we can get on the podium, because I can see the podium runners just up ahead. And I decided I'm just going to plunge these tires to the extreme now and just give it everything, and if we catch them, great. If not, then we tried. But I can see them up there. Once again on the second chicane, just really late on the brakes, going in as much as I can, rounding the chicane here on the curb. Got really good drive coming out of it. And on the first turn, grip was slipping a little bit, but on the second turn, it was just wheel spin over the curb and into the wall. And just like that, I'm thinking P3 is way out of reach here. But we got lucky. Car wasn't damaged. We were able to keep on going. And this is on the last lap, so we're going to be able to finish the race. But P3 did go off wide here, and had we not put it in the wall, we would have definitely been able to, I think, at least catch up to them. I don't know if we would have passed them, but we would have caught up to them. And at this point, I'm thinking it was great. You know, we went from P3 to P1, down to P9, and now we're back at P4. And then as we're rounding the last turn just before the finish line, somebody either quit or DNF'd. I don't know what happened, but we wound up on the podium just before the finish line, which it was a good surprise. I was a little surprised, but I was happy about it. You know, that way we started P3 and we finished P3. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.